All right, well let's wrap it up with a fun little bonus one, and I think this will be this has the room for a lot of different avenues to go here, but we're gonna go bonus, and we're gonna say starting five going out for one night with a current NBA player roster. So I don't know if you were thinking current or past, but let's say current at least for this one. And
Okay.
who are you going with? And we can go, I'll go one, you go one. So if you want to start,
Love it.
yeah, if you want to start, go ahead.
All right. I think my number one draft pick, I'm going with the King of New York. I'm going with Trae Young. I'm going
Okay.
Ice Trae. I feel like is a guy who you want to have in your booth in the club for sure.
I like
if you're
that.
going out. I think Ice Trae has a swagger about him. He's probably got the sunglasses on. Like I'm going Ice Trae with my number one pick.
Okay, I like that. My number one's an obvious one. You'll know it right away. It's Klay Thompson. He's just known to be such a funny guy, the chillest cat ever. For anybody who's interested in this stuff, we actually tried to essentially emulate, or he was the inspiration behind the Funky Frankie character in Real Rat, mixed with a couple other people out there. But Klay, there's all these stories about him that he loses his wallet all the time. He loses his ID, has to go to the DMV every couple months. And just in any interview, people just laugh at him before he even says anything funny. He's just a funny guy. And I still hit some of his YouTube videos just if I need to like cheer myself up here and there. So
I just love that he commutes to games and practices on a boat. Yeah. I just think that says everything you need to know about Klay Thompson is that one thing.
Yeah, and we could if we're going out, he could take us out somewhere in the boat. So that's my number one. Who you going number two?
Okay, so number two, I'm gonna go with and I a lot of my guys were past NBA guys, so I apologize for the delay.
Well, we'll do that at the end. We'll do like a bench guys.
Like an all-time guy.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna go Book. I'm gonna go Devin Booker with my number two pick.
Nice.
Because he's a different cat. He has the big slabs, the cool. He's a cool guy, and I think he's got the dog. He shared his like vacation photos, and he's like going to the cool spots. He's like a guy with a lot of taste, I think.
Nice. Rob's a big like vibes guy. He's like fit guy. Rob's a fit guy.
I'm a big fit guy. Yeah. And I don't necessarily like dress like. I think Book and I are very different, but like I could see like, man, it would be a cool, unique experience to go walk around in Book shoes for a day or two.
Okay, I like that one. I'm going to go number two. I'm going Giannis. I mean, that's my guy, Greek guy, another funny guy.
Great
you know what I mean? Like just you hear these like interviews with him. I love the one where he's talking about how bad he is at free throws. And he's like, I can't be handsome, have a great family, beautiful wife. And he's like, I can't have everything. God can't give me everything. I love that. I love that video. So I think he'd just be a fun hang. I'm going Giannis number two.
I like that pick. Giannis too, when he scored 55 in the finals, and immediately the next day goes to Chick-fil-A and orders a 55 chicken piece combo. I just is there a guy having more fun in life than Giannis Antetokounmpo? No. I don't know, man. I think he's and I think that's what fans gravitate to. That's what I like about him is that all the money, all the fame, he's just having the time of his life.
Yeah,
really, really.
And I love guys that can like switch like that. They can have such a great attitude and just a fun personality, but then they're also going to go out and just be an absolute dog. So all right, who you going three?
Okay, so this is a tough pick because he's technically not on a roster right now, but he did play last year, and I do think he'll get picked up. Is John Wall. I'm going John Wall. Ooh. University of Kentucky legend. I want to be in a room where John Wall does the Dougie John Wall dance, and everybody goes crazy. Like that seems like a top 5 experience.
I like that. I feel like thus far Rob's night out is maybe like in Vegas, like potentially. Like it's you got very good like go out like club guys.
I thought we were maybe going. I kind of thought that's what we were going for, so maybe I misunderstood the assignment. But yes, this for sure. I'm like I want him to play like the horns, like when we go into them, and like people with the bottle service and the fireworks and all that. That's what I'm trying to look.
Okay, because number 3, and I agree that the rules were a little loose here, but I said 3. Like I'm going Jokic. Like I definitely want to go ride some horses in Serbia. You know what I mean? Like I just saw this video of who's the cat on Denver that just went over and hung out with him, the super athletic guy. One of my
Aaron Gordon.
Yeah, Aaron Gordon. I was blanking on his name, but he was like over there, like hanging out with him or whatever. I mean, talk about, chain smoking. I'm sure an off season with Jokic would be pretty hilarious. Like, is he even working out? Is he playing basketball? Like, what does that look like? So I'd love it. I'd love
what's a day?
out
What's a day on Jokic's farm like? Like, you're up at the crack of dawn, like baling hay, like cleaning out like horse manure.
Right.
Maybe that's what it's like.
And like, let's not get it twisted. Like Europeans know how to go out and have a great time. You know what I mean? Like the culture is they're gonna go out till 4 or 5, 7 in the morning. So I know he'd be a good night out hang. Who you going for?
I got to go. If I'm zagging here, but I got to go Bron, and I'm telling you why. Yeah. Because back in the day, back in the younger days, I remember the Heat winning the championship in 2013, and it's Bron and Drake. Like the other night, Bron and Bronny are walking out with Drake before his concert. Like, the access that you get, he's interacting with, he's waving the flag at Le Mans. Like, it's a different energy now. Like, he is, obviously this Mount Rushmore of sports icons. So I would just want to be a fly on the wall, like chop it up with Maverick Carter in the elevator on the way up to wherever we're going. I want to know what it's like a little bit behind the scenes with a guy who, we really don't know too much about, like what the day-to-day is like at that level of celebrity for him right now compared, I'm looking forward to LeBron's like Last Dance documentary to see what that's like. So yeah, my fourth pick, maybe not the most raucous party, but I'm going LeBron James number 4.
Yeah, I'll just skip to my number 5 because he was my number 5, which is Bron, and I agree. It's like, you go out with Bron, that's just gonna be an experience, right? You're gonna you might hang with Drake, you might, my like fantasy of going out with Bron is like we become boys. Maybe I get on an episode of The Shop. We're just like we're lifetime bros after that point. His production company, me and Mav Carter are like dialing something up for like a documentary about basketball somewhere or whatever. So it's just his access, his level, his star power. Like where could you not go with LeBron? Everywhere. You can go anywhere you want. So great pick. Got to choose him. I'm going with him number 5. So who's your 5? And then I'll switch back to my 4.
Yeah. My 5 is Jimmy Butler, Jimmy Buckets. We talked about this a little bit earlier about Ant Edwards. Like, you got to be a little bit different to be that alpha dog. And Jimmy's different. He seems to be having a great time. He's got the big head coffee. I imagine that living in Miami, like on the water, like, king of the city, he's texting Pat Riley probably every day. What's that like? I want to know. Right. So I'm hitting the town with Jimmy Butler.
I love it. And I especially love it because number 4 for me was Jimmy Butler. So
oh, wow.
I love it. You nailed it. And I mean, like my thing with Jimmy is like, AKA Himmy Butler is like, what anything's possible with this guy. Like I feel like you're just as apt. Like you could like get in a brawl with Jimmy Butler as you could like, you're just having a night you're not going to forget. Like what's his mindset on a night out? Like I just saw he was at a tennis. He just was like a tennis ball boy. That was like a clip I saw today. And he was like out there doing stuff. So I don't know. The guy is, anything's possible with Jimmy Butler, and I love that pick. So, all right, that's our.
I love 5. That we're aligned on this. That's great. Let's. So I got to know. Give me the criteria for this bench player.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna add. We'll just put in like honorable mentions. So this could be like past guys, like Kurt, whatever. I kept mine in current era, but we will. We'll move on to these. I just had a couple of these, so I'll let you throw out a couple of honorable mentions if you got them.
Yeah, I got 3 just all-time great, just kind of legendary party dudes. And, no surprise to anybody. J.R. Smith, number 1. I think Rasheed Wallace, number 2. And then Dennis Rodman, obviously Dallas, Texas owned Dennis Rodman, going out with the worm. We all saw the last dance. I would have to do just to know what that's like. And, living life through that lens would just be fascinating. So yeah, I would count me in for any and all of those. Those three hit me up. I'm in the Uber. I'm ready to roll.
Love it. That's who has the aux in that Uber. If it's you four, like what are you throwing on? And who's
I think she's the alpha probably in that one. I think I know because the Dennis Rodman probably can't, like, he probably got the worst ADD of all, so he's probably using his phone to do all kinds of things. But I think it's Rasheed Wallace got the aux.
So I'm going to throw out my couple of my honorable mentions, and I'm going to flip it over to Brennan. I'm sure he's got one at least he can think of here for this exercise. But I'm going to go. So I'm going one is Dame, and honestly, just because like we played against him in college, we've known him to just be such a cool dude. Like he's a rapper. Like maybe I could go to the studio.
He for sure has the aux.
Yeah, like he's playing his own beats on the aux. Like that's saying a lot. So I'm like, maybe we can go to the studio. Maybe we can just do something super fun. Like it seems like a chill dude, which I appreciate that as well. Maybe we're not doing a crazy night out. We're just we're chopping it up, whatever it is. So I'm going Dame, and then I got to go Derek White here. I'm just going to throw it out. Like Derek White, former UCCS basketball player. Rob knows him. One of our good friends is really good boys with him. I've never actually met him. So like I don't get to have that like cool claim where I can just like tell people, yo, like Derek White, that's the guy. That's my guy. So, he also seems like a chill dude. I don't know that he's like trying to go hard on a night out, but I'm like, Derek White, like I gotta go him, and I gotta have a night doing something. Maybe Hargrove gets involved, whatever.
Oh, solid choices. I think, the other thing about this is like a lot of these guys are great golfers. So like
right.
A golf trip with some NBA players would just be an all-time good time.
Yeah, maybe maybe the next pod we'll have to do like who's your golf foursome. That'd be a good one.